friends. My name is Eric Sayre. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I attended St. Olaf College where I studied music education, trumpet, and jazz piano, and was vice president of the juggling club.
Hi, my name is Michael Murchison. I grew up in Laurel, Maryland, and I also attended St. Olaf College where I majored in music, played trombone in the orchestra, and was active in campus ministries.
Guyana, previously known as British Guyana, is a country located on the northeastern coast of South America. With a square mileage comparable to that of the state of Minnesota, Guyana is the third smallest country on the continent. Its population is approximately 770,000, of which 90% reside on its narrow coastal strip. The country's diverse population is primarily composed of the descendants of enslaved or indentured laborers from Africa and India, respectively. The country's religious beliefs are also diverse, with approximately 57% of the country being Christian, 28% Hindu, and 9% Muslim. About 15 years ago, Fellowship Lutheran Church in Tulsa, Oklahoma began a mission partnership with the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Guyana to help the church provide service and resources to the Guyanese community. Fellowship's mission program has organized over 40 trips to Guyana since 1996, which have focused on construction, health and medicine, literacy, computer skills, and music education. There was a lot of work to be done before our arrival in Guyana. Without knowing too much of what was needed, we assumed we should bring everything we could. Throughout the fall of 2010, Michael and I collected over 80 donated instruments and countless supplies and repair equipment. We packed everything into 4 large wooden crates that were trucked to Miami and then shipped by boat to Guyana, traveling a total distance of just over 3,400 miles. Starting in January of 2011, Michael and I spent 5 months in Guyana, the longest of Fellowship's trips to date, splitting time between the capital city of Georgetown and the smaller town of New Amsterdam. Working with the ELCG, we taught music to dozens of church groups as well as several local schools. Classes included vocal technique and choral singing, keyboard, guitar, brass lessons, and general music. Our first 2.5 months were spent in New Amsterdam, a town of about 30,000 people. We taught just over 300 people a week in various churches and schools. During the day, we taught at New Amsterdam Multilateral School, a secondary school just a 5-minute walk from our home. We taught all 5 of the Form 1 classes, which amounts to 150 enthusiastic 11 and 12-year-olds. Every afternoon, we taught a group from a different church, including several Lutheran parishes in the region, as well as other churches in town. Most of the church groups were 15 to 20 people and ranged in age from 7 to 70, oftentimes in the same class. With some of the groups made up mostly of adults and others more heavily children, one of our biggest challenges was adapting our curriculum to such varied students. At the same time, we enjoyed getting to meet people from so many walks of life, and our students across the board were always enthusiastic learners. At the end of our time in New Amsterdam, all of our church groups gathered at Ebenezer Lutheran Church to give a final concert of singing. During the concert, each group got a chance to show off a solo piece they had learned, and then all 120 singers packed the stage for 2 final pieces in a mass choir. All of the groups performed beautifully, and we were so proud of them. We spent the second half of our trip in Georgetown, the capital city of Guyana. We quickly adjusted to a faster-paced life and immediately discovered where a couple of guys could grab some pizza. We taught 7 new churches in and around the city and traveled to most of our churches by minibus, but occasionally by boat.
Yeah, try one time, ready, go. Good, now try it on top. 1, 2, ready, go.
We We were also fortunate enough to get involved in the Guyana Musical Arts Festival. We performed 2 pieces during the opening ceremony and officially opened the competition with a festive fanfare. Musicians of all ages competed in several categories, including male and female karaoke and steel pan solo. Besides teaching music, we also spent a fair amount of time learning how to cook Guyanese delicacies such as bake, roti, curry chicken, and my personal favorite, mid-thai. Michael and I also made it to a cricket match and took a day trip to Guyana's most prized natural landmark, Kycher Falls. At 741 feet, Kycher is the largest single-drop waterfall in the world, about 4 times the size of Niagara Falls. Although ours and other short-term music teaching trips have been well received, students are yearning for a more permanent opportunity to learn music in Guyana. The Lutheran Church in Guyana recently approved a plan to establish a full-time music school, the Guyana Lutheran Music Academy. Located in the town of New Amsterdam, it would provide year-long classes to the church and the whole community. Beginning in the fall of 2012, about 240 students will have the chance to spend 4 hours a week studying voice, keyboard, guitar, brass, and percussion. With a nominal fee of about $10 a month, the Academy will reach out to students who couldn't otherwise receive music education. Preparations are already underway. The next year will be full of exciting news as we seek out teachers, supporters, and our first full roster of students. On behalf of Michael and I would like to extend our most heartfelt thanks to everyone involved in this mission. We would especially like to thank our generous instrument donors, Pastor Paul Munu, Pastor Diana Liverpool, Davy Ram, Dr. Irv Jansen, and the faithful, warm-hearted members of Fellowship Lutheran Church in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thank you all so much for helping us bring such a necessary part of life to our friends in Guyana.